Welcome to the show, Wayne Michaels. We hear you have quite the story for us tonight.
Well, I was fresh off the plane from my hometown of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I had recently fallen in with a shady band known as the RCMA, or the Royal Canadian Mounted Assassins. I got all of the tools that I needed: a listening device, some binoculars, my sniper rifle, and of course, a delicious snack to bring along for the hit, some good old-fashioned poutine. The first hit given to me was an old politician by the name of John Morley. He wasn't a very nice guy, so I felt pretty good about the hit. And at that point, I got up to the top of the building, did some reconnaissance through the binoculars, found out where he would be so I could line up the perfect shot, listening in to see if he had spilled any beans about things he wasn't supposed to say, got my sniper rifle all ready and constructed, and remembered that I forgot the bullets. So I went back all the way to my gun room, grabbed some nice 50 cal rounds, and I was on my way. I was prepared and ready to take the hit. There I was, ready to take the shot for a second time, staring down the scope, just about to take the shot, when bam, I was shocked to see a pigeon poking its head around. Coo, coo. Coo, coo, coo. So I kept shaking it, and eventually he flew away. Coo, coo, coo. Just about made me drop the gun. So I had to go get another gun, and I knew just the one to get. I found the perfect replacement, a t-shirt cannon. The greatest t-shirt cannon this world has ever known. The old Canada. So I get to the top of the building, a third and final time to take the shot. At this point though, I've had a lot of time to reflect, and I was thinking to myself, maybe this isn't doing a service for my community. Maybe this is just cold-blooded murder. As these thoughts swirled through my head on this first hit, I decided I better not take the shot and rested the gun right next to me. Well, as luck would have it, these pigeons that had been my greatest enemies throughout this entire ordeal then became my greatest allies. In my moment of hesitation where I was gonna put off being an assassin for the rest of my life, which has just been the greatest career, one of them came down and hit the trigger on the t-shirt cannon. And as luck would have it, it hit Mr. Morley square in the head. And, let's just say there was no more of that politician. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And that was the story of my first hit. So, I took a deep breath, steadied my aim, and took a shot, and hit a pigeon. Not to be flustered, I reloaded, held my breath, clenched and straightened up, pulled the trigger, and hit another pigeon. A third time, I decided, let's make sure there's no pigeons around. So, I glanced to either side, looked up to the top of the building. There wasn't a single flying rat in sight. So I decided to take aim, and I missed and hit one of the lanterns. At this point, I was rather flustered. Whenever I do a hit, I always have my own theme music running through my head. Skibidi-ba-bow, bi-ba, skibidi-ba-ba-doo-ba-da-bow, skibidi-ba, gra-da-ba-da-ba-da-da, skibidi-ba-digga-ba-da-da-ba-da-da, skibidi-ba-ba-da-ba, skibidi-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, ra-ba-ba-da-ba, skibidi-ba-da-ba. That's a little trick my papa taught me when we were out, farming the fields of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. One thing I really learned about Saskatoon is not to care so much about the long term. Like, your dog runs away, it'll be just fine. You can get up 3 days later and still see it going. It's called Big Sky Country because all you see is sky and green. There's canola fields as far as the eye can goes, and you can stand on a soapbox and be able to see into the future there. As well as all we ever do is sing scat and talk about the Rough Riders and Hacky.